Hello and welcome to another episode of Places of Norwich. Today we are looking at the big one, the largest building in Norwich, the one that towers over the city. This is Norwich Cathedral. So the cathedral actually sits in place of a small Saxon settlement and two Saxon churches. It was built in 1096 over the watchful eye of the first Bishop of Norwich, Herbert de Lozinger. They built it using stones that they shipped from Caen, I can't ever pronounce it, Caen, from France. And they brought it over along the river and that. I'll show you a little later in another video where that route is. But the spire was and the roof was actually made of wood. So the building itself was finished in 1145. However, because it was made of wood, the roof and the spire, the spire actually caught on fire because it was struck by lightning in 1169, and that's like 23 months after the completion of the first wooden spire. And then they built it again, and then in 1362 it blew down, so they decided to build it out of stone instead. Behind me is the west entrance, the main entrance to the cathedral. See all these sculptures and that. Unfortunately, I cannot go. This used to be the main entrance for visitors, but it's now over there, so I have to go over there in what a ruined building. You'll see in a minute. I'll show you. So this is the main entrance. This is the main entrance today. This ruined bit of the building here is actually a former part of the monastery that was here. So Norwich Cathedral is mainly the centerpiece of what was a big monastery area. So these monastery buildings were demolished because of the Henry VIII and his desolvation, or where it is. Basically, he dissolved the church, didn't he? So a lot of these buildings were destroyed. So let's go inside, shall we? Let's go inside the cathedral. So I'm inside the entrance area. Look at this. All the buildings that used to be here. And some exist, of course, but it just shows you that it wasn't just the cathedral here. The cathedral is just one part of it. There's all sorts of things here. The old monastery, the priory, whatever you want to call it. There's more to it. And here we are inside the cathedral now. Look at this. Amazing. 900 years old this building is. And then look at the windows here at the front of the building. Well, this is the west side here, what I'm looking at now. Absolutely gorgeous. It's basically the New and Old Testaments. They've bloody got the organ on now. So this is the font where they baptise babies. This between those two, see those really twisty columns there. I think this is where the original altar was. I got the bloody organ going, it's brilliant. And the windows around here, look at the windows. Hang on, let me just, I don't know if you can see it, there you go. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. You're gonna do this amazing organ up here. So I believe this is the crossing. The crossing around here during was it the English Civil War. Some Puritans came in and were destroying like relics. So Puritans destroying the relics of like Catholic symbols. This it's amazing. There's the I believe that's the oh, look at that. That's where the vicar or wherever it is now, bishop. I don't know. I'm not religious, guys. This is where he does his sermons. Look at this. Wow. Look at this. So in front of me over there is the bishop's throne. Right there. And it's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. It's amazing inside. I think he's practicing, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful. In front of me, look at this. It's beautiful windows here. It's more modern windows, obviously, more modern stained glass. But this is to represent, these are known as the Trinity windows, to represent because the cathedral is known as the Holy Trinity. Absolutely beautiful. This is John Thomas Pelham, as you can see on this side there. He's another bishop, I think from the Victorian age. If you look up, look at the colours in these windows. And up on the roof, on the ceiling. Wow, there's about 1,000 bosses in this cathedral, by the way. There's little bronzy, goldy things at the top. Within the cathedral itself, there's little mini chapels. Look at this. And this one is St. Andrew's Chapel, as you can see there. So, walking around here, I've noticed that, look at this, graffiti all over the walls. I don't know. Look at this. This is what we think is the tomb of Sir Thomas Erpingham, the commander of the longbowmen in Henry V's army at the Battle of Agincourt. And he came from Norfolk, and he served the army for about 50 years. And this window just behind me here, this is his window. So this is sort of dedicated to him and his wives. Well, not both at the same time, but he was married twice. And they were put to all the glass you see here were put together in the 1960s and put up here. Above me is the treasury. It's where they store the cathedral's treasures. So the goblets and things go up there. I can't go up there, I don't think. But if you look at this. See this? See this? All this colour here. This is original Norman paintwork, by the way. They used red paint called madder, and it was made at Madder Market in Norwich. So it's local paint used to paint this. Turns out I can go in here. Look at this, all the treasures, the gold and the silver. Look at this, gorgeous. Wow. And then look at this. This is more paintwork. Oh, original paintwork. Look at this. Wow. And now we're at the Jesus Chapel. And really, and if you look up, Norman paintwork. Gold and red, green. So the furthest eastern point of the cathedral, we're at the chapel of Saint Saviour Chapel, which is where, this is sort of new, this is like within the last century. This is where, was it people, the soldiers, the fallen soldiers of the two world wars of the Royal Norfolk and Royal Anglian regiments are put in, well, serviced. I don't know. I don't know the proper term. And behind St Saviour's Chapel is this bit, which is the back of Bishop's Throne. And this was where the treasure was displayed at. So all the treasure I just seen, but obviously stuff happened with dissolving the Catholic Church and all that with Henry VIII, and also Puritans ransacking the place, and there was also a matter of 1272, a riot. So yeah, a lot of things happened. So this effigy here was believed to be the first Bishop of Norwich, Herbert de Lozinger. However, it's now believed it's actually Saint Felix, who was the guy who brought Christianity to East Anglia. Just a little further along, we've got St Luke's Chapel. Not so nice, the ceiling here. It's worth noting there's a cat in here. Hello. He lives here pretty much. In front of me now is Bishop James Godwill. He was the guy responsible for making the spire stone. But look around here, we've got more, look at this, more Norman painting work. Beautiful. And here we are then, this is the Bishop's Throne. Like, as you can see earlier, look at that. Gorgeous. And the floor isn't bad either, look at this. And in front of the throne is the man himself. This is the tomb of Herbert de Lozinger, the first Bishop of Norwich. You can probably see it if I can go over here. Watch the candles. Whoops. There he is. That's the man himself. This looks a bit ominous, doesn't it? So this is a tomb. This is basically commemorates Thomas Gooding, as the thing says here, who died 400 years ago. We've now entered the cloisters, the medieval cloisters. Look at that, gorgeous. So this, when they were originally building this, they had they were copying the design of the Normans. So we got some traditional round Norman arches here. But then the Black Death happened, and what that meant was they stopped building it, so it wasn't completely fully built. And they ended up building, when they came back, eventually came back to building and finishing this off, you got these more pointed arches, some more Gothic arches. Just the contrast. They sort of like, they gave up with the round things and went for what is more traditional in that time, the medieval time. these big Gothic pointed arches instead. You may notice that the floor is all cracked and the tombs are sort of broken a bit. That's because in the Victorian era they tore it up to install pipes, and when they were putting things back, they've sort of misplaced everything and broke some things. So it wasn't the best idea. So there's like thousands of these bosses all along the cathedral, but the most well-known one, the favourite one, I guess, is this one. This is the Green Man. Again, let's go under him. Look at him, he's gorgeous. Now I'm standing in the cloisters, where it used to be a garden with herbs and flowers done by the monks. But it used to have a roof here as well on the cloisters. But I think 1272 there was a riot here, and between the people of Norwich and the monks. I'll talk about that a little later. But can you see that there's below that window there? There's like scorch marks. There's scorch marks along the edge as well, if you look very careful. But yes, that's all that's left of the damage, I guess, around here. Isn't that beautiful? That's the spire behind me. So let's head out now and explore some of the outside bits, because there's still more to see about this cathedral. I'm outside the rectory now, where you can obviously go have a drink and a sausage roll or something. But here, if you look behind in the car park here, there's these columns here. And this is what's some of it's left. What you can see that's left of that 1272 riot. There's some of the ruins of the monastery buildings that are around here, the priory, however. There we go. The monastic infirmary was here. There you go. Right, I'm now heading towards the east side, so there. But you can see, look, there's the spire here, and you can see along the walls there, you've got the flying buttresses. Those are there in place when they were building the stone roof. So, this is the tomb of Edith Cavell. It's kind of been moved in, I think, 2015, I believe. But she was a nurse in World War I in Brussels in Belgium, and she was executed when she was discovered that she was helping people escape the and these are, yeah, she was helping, and these are her final words. She was helping prisoners of war escape. These are the words she last said. So we've got this lovely memorial here of those that fallen at Dunkirk in 1940. I'm round the back, the east side now. You can see various different techniques in architecture. So you've got the traditional arch, the arches of the Normans, and then you got some more medieval Gothic stuff up there, and then you got modern stonework, and then you got brickwork as well. And that will conclude this video. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my little walk around Norwich Cathedral, and I will see you next time when we will explore another part of the city, or even a football game at Carrow Road next season. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.